Hey peeps, it's Jedd here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to deal with some algebraic equations, so solving for x, and with that in mind, let's dive straight in. Now they've given us 2.1.1, and we see that it's 15x squared minus 8 equals 14x. Now the first thing I want you to see is that square. When you see the square in an equation, you know that there are probably going to be two answers to this equation, okay? So we've got a quadratic equation, and what we need to do is typically use our trinomial to solve this. This 14x might confuse you, but let's do a simple correction so that we can work with this quite simply. So we've got 15x squared. Let's bring the 14x across, which would give us minus 14x minus 8, and that now leaves us with 0. Now do you see we've got one of our typical trinomials that we can try and factorize? The tricky part about this trinomial in particular is we've got a coefficient on our x squared variable. So that means we need to do our butterfly method and come up with two numbers that multiply to give you 15, and then we need to come up with two numbers that multiply to give us 8, and then we need to do some sort of cross multiplying to see that they solve to minus 14. So let's do that. Now you can choose a number of numbers, okay, until you find the right combination. So that takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it. So let's have a look at the numbers. So let's try 5x and 3x, okay? And let's try 2 and 4. Now what do we notice? So we can see that 5x times 4 gives us 20x, and 3x times 2 gives us 6x. Now we want negative 14x. So how would we arrange our negatives and positives in those resulting numbers at the bottom? Well, we know that we would need to have a negative 20x, and we would need to add 6x in order to get to our negative 14x. So that means the 5 times the 4 needs to give us negative 20x, so that's going to be a negative in front of the 4. And the 3x times 2 needs to give us a positive 6x, so that means we need to be multiplying a positive 3x by a positive 2. And that gives us our brackets. So therefore, our brackets, once we factorize this, are going to be 5x plus 2 times 3x minus 4, and that gives us 0. Now we can move on to solving this. So remember, when we've factorized our quadratic equation, what we can do is we can say either this bracket is equal to 0 or this bracket is equal to 0. In either of those cases, if this is equal to 0, then the whole thing is equal to 0, so the left-hand side equals the right-hand side. Likewise, if this is equal to 0, then the entire side will be equal to 0, and that is equal to the right-hand side, which balances out the equation. So now we will say either 5x plus 2 equals 0, or 3x minus 4 equals 0. Now we're going to solve through for this, so it's going to be 5x equals minus 2, so x is equal to minus 2 over 5, or 3x equals 4, so therefore x is equal to 4 over 3, and that gives us our two potential answers for this equation, and that will get you a full 4 nice and easy marks. Really good job. Massive thank you to our sponsor for making this video possible. Remember, you can read all about them in the description below. Also, head over to our website to find more of these epic tutorial videos. If you can't find the answer to your question, send us the question and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, stay epic.